Welcome to County Portal, your simple source for local government services and public records. Let's get started.
Which president started the Vietnam War? That's a simple question with a very complicated answer, because no single president is responsible. The American involvement in Vietnam was a slow escalation, a series of steps taken by 5 different presidents over 2 decades, each one pushing the country a little deeper into the conflict. It really begins right after World War II with Harry S. Truman. At the time, Vietnam was a French colony fighting for its independence, led by Ho Chi Minh. Truman, focused on the new Cold War and stopping the spread of communism, decided to help France. He sent hundreds of millions of dollars in military aid to the French, not to Vietnam, but this was the first official American investment in the conflict. After Truman, Dwight D. Eisenhower took office. The French were losing, and Eisenhower was a firm believer in the domino theory, the idea that if Vietnam fell to communism, all of Southeast Asia would follow. So after the French were defeated in 1954 and Vietnam was split into a communist North and a non-communist South, Eisenhower made a new commitment. He pledged American support directly to South Vietnam and sent the first U.S. military advisors to train the South Vietnamese army. This was a huge step, tying America's reputation directly to the survival of South Vietnam. Next came John F. Kennedy. He inherited Eisenhower's commitment and dramatically increased it. Under JFK, the number of military advisors jumped from around 900 to over 16,000. These advisors became more directly involved in combat operations, and the first American casualties started to mount. Kennedy deepened America's entanglement to a point where pulling out would be seen as a major defeat. But the president who truly turned Vietnam into an American war was Lyndon B. Johnson. Following the controversial Gulf of Tonkin incident in 1964, Congress gave LBJ broad authority to use military force. In 1965, he made the fateful decision to send the first official U.S. combat troops to Vietnam, and the numbers quickly swelled into the hundreds of thousands. This is the point where it stopped being a mission to advise and became a full-scale American ground war. So, who started it? Truman wrote the first check. Eisenhower drew the line in the sand. Kennedy pushed thousands of troops over that line. And Johnson launched the invasion. It wasn't one decision, but a long chain of them, each one making the next seem unavoidable. It's a complex piece of history that shows how wars can begin not with a bang, but with a slow, creeping commitment. Thanks for watching. If you found this explanation helpful and want to understand more complex historical questions, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video.